Hi, my name is Mark, one of the pastors here at Trillium. You may notice that we're actually not in a normal spot. We actually got booted outside because there's a wedding going on in the church in the afternoon. So here we are, beautiful outdoor Trillium in the sunshine and the blue sky. It's a gorgeous place to be. I want to continue our conversation from last week about a quote that Ernest Hemingway made that I heard Joe Biden recite in a conversation around the death of his son. He says this: "The world breaks everyone, and afterward, many are strong in the broken places. But those that will not break, it kills." I had a really great idea for today's service as far as the message goes. And I was sharing it with my wife, Sally. And she listened to what I was saying, and then she kind of put the thumb down, kiboshed the idea. She didn't really affirm it in the way that I thought she should. It was a brilliant idea. Maybe you've had those brilliant ideas, so those insights, those clever thoughts that have come to you that interest in something, and you share it with another person and they don't seem to pick up on your brilliance or genius or insight, your thoughtfulness. Or perhaps maybe you've done something caring or thoughtful to another person and they just seemed oblivious to it. And you've gone and extended yourself for their care or comfort. You made some sacrifices for them and they don't even seem to be respectful about it. It's another way of having what you do or what you say simply not appreciated or approved of. And it happens to us over and over in life. And it's part of the way life breaks us. We talked last week about the big ways that life breaks us, in the big events. But sometimes life breaks us in the little trickle events that happen to us. Those miniature rejections that we suffer over and over again that cause us to lose hope or become discouraged inside, to stop taking the kind of risks or to have that sense of excitement or elan for life. And it makes me realize that we have the same choice to make in that moment, whether we're going to enter into the brokenness of our disappointment or sadness, into our frustration, whether we're going to enter into that broken place or whether we're going to resist it with all that we got. I was watching another video of arrest of a black person, a young black woman by a white police officer. And the interaction starts off in a really good way, but on the video it shows them deteriorating downwards. She just had a minor traffic infraction and she gets pulled over and it escalates into this really harsh conflict between the two of them. And ultimately he has to wrestle her and the cops arresting her, police officers using physical force on her and that sort of thing. And you can hear her sobbing and crying as she resists what she perceives as an unjust arrest. Life is going to treat you unjustly. It's going to treat you inappropriately. It's going to be cruel to you in ways that you don't deserve. It's going to try to break you. The world's going to try to break you. And the only choice you have in life is whether you're going to enter into the brokenness, even in the small places, or whether you're going to resist. But remember, resistance always leads to our inner death. It'll kill you. If we surrender ourselves to those broken moments and don't resist them, then actually a healing comes to us, a promise of healing that God gives to us. We see it in Jesus himself. In the story we talked about in church on Sunday, he heals this man who's been lame from birth. He heals him, and ultimately out of this healing comes this discouraging acrimony from his opponents. They criticize him and condemn him and mock him for healing this man. And he doesn't get the affirmation that he might have rightly expected or deserved for this great miracle-making event. Jesus doesn't enter into resisting the moment. Ultimately, he will go to the cross. He won't even resist his journey to his own death. And the promise God gives to us in those places is that when we go to our own cross, when we enter our own brokenness, even in the small places, in the small sadnesses and disappointments, there is a place of healing waiting for us ultimately, and a place of rebirth, a resurrecting moment. And in those broken places that are healed, we now become the ambassadors, the conduits of a divine mercy and goodness and grace to the world around us. Those broken places are not meant to be resisted or for us to be afraid of. They're places that we are meant to journey so that we can be born again and become the person we were meant to be.